Call me a deer whisperer? Well, I don't mind because I am, well, a deer whisperer, I guess, eh? So I guess that's the name everybody, like people come to town, they say, where do you want to go? They all come to say, let's go to the island and see the deer whisperer, eh? The deer, yeah. My name is Robert McCallum, and I live over here on the Mission Island. Lived here for 22 years. Moved here in 1996 with my wife. And I guess ever since day one, we started feeding the deer here. Me and my wife lived in Wraith, and we used to come to town to do laundry and stuff and groceries. And I used to bring her over here to the island. And over on the other island, McCallum Island, they have boxcars with grain. And the deer used to go in there. So we used to park there, we have lunch and we watch the deer and that, eh? So then we found this place for sale. So right away we went and checked it out and all this, and make a long story short, we managed to get it, eh? So to me, it's just paradise when we got this house. In the summertime, we got about 20 squirrels, groundhogs, come out the door. They'll come home to go in the house, and I can just walk up the stairs and just tell them it's me, and they won't even spray me, eh? Because they all know, well, they all get fed, eh? So they're not gonna spray me, they won't get fed no more. Hey, Bams. Showing up for food. Well, I pretty well name, not all of them, but there's a fair amount that are names, and I know them, and I can see them from a distance, and I know which ones are who, eh? Which deer, yeah. Well, because you get to know them right over, off by heart, eh? And plus, I bottle fed 5 of them altogether, so, and they would become my buddies. But they're all gone now, except for that my little new one you've seen, Peanut. He's here, but that's it. And the other ones, the big bucks, they're my buddies, but I get close to them. But I don't, like I say, I don't try and grab them and pet them that because they're still wild animals. But Peanut, I'd say he's my favorite, eh? Because he comes right up to me and you can pet him and stuff, eh? To get wheat on the train tracks, and I feed him that, or I'd buy deer chow for him. I just bought a bunch of hay for him, or whole corn, and I feed him that. But lately they fixed all the cars so you don't get no grain spills, so I haven't been getting no grain from the tracks. So I take the pail and I go to the shed, and there's a couple of bucks, my buddies before, but they go and they get aggressive because they want food. So they go behind me and start kicking me in that, eh? So they broke a few pails, I just got plastic feeding pails, so they broke a few of them by kicking them in that, and then, well, I got kicked a few times too, but that just goes with the turf, right? I put 3 5-gallon pails of food out, and I get 65 deer, so you figured out how much each one would eat, eh? Maybe a cup of food, that's all. So, because people all used to say I overfed them, and there's no way I overfeed them. I know what they eat and what to feed them, eh? Well, I get people donate. I got a bin out front, and people donate, but and I used to get a fair amount in there sometimes to help me, but the thing is now, since you can't feed the deer, I don't get much donations because people are scared to donate money, eh? They figure they can get in trouble.
Please don't feed wildlife. You attract them into residential populations where vehicles can strike them, perhaps kill a person.
Me feeding them here, it keeps them here on the island, it keeps them away from the busy streets and that, eh? And people know that the speed limit is 60 there, and if they go 60 down the road here, the main road, a deer comes out, they'd be able to stop in time if they're cautious and they know what they're doing, eh? Yeah. 3.5, 4 years ago, when there was about 82, and I fed 65 at least twice a day was here. And then, well, they opened up the bow hunt because they figured there were too many deer and they wanted to eliminate. So actually it went down to about 20 from 82. And now it's up to about 45, maybe 50 right now. And the population's just starting to get up, but there's really no big bucks, eh? People, they wanted the trophies, eh? And that's, so like I say, I found 3 with the arrows dead, and the head was taken off one just back over here in my yard. And I got, well, Thunder Bay Police and the ministry and, Thunder Bay News, and everybody was here to check it all out, eh? And then, like I say, after that, I found 2 more after that, eh? So, but the ministry, they come now and they take pictures of all the deer, before they lose their sheds and that too. So if one does get poached, and they have pictures of them, so, they show the taxidermist buildings, so places, so that is good there, eh? For that reason. But it's been pretty quiet for 3 years since they've had that all going on, eh? And so it's been pretty quiet, and the population is going up now, thank God, yeah.
Bow hunting is just seen as one tool, and we know that not too many people do it. But but hunting of deer is permitted in Ontario, and the municipality was allowed to pass a bylaw to allow it within their rural area, and that's what we did. The feeding the wildlife bylaw is really seen probably as a better tool to try to prevent the deer from coming in or reducing the number of coming in. So that was also a tool that we implemented at the same time.
The only sad thing about it, a lot of them, when they get injured, they come here because they feel safe here. You know, so then if they're really badly injured, I had to phone the ministry a few times for them to come and get rid of them, eh? Yeah. But that's the only sad thing about it, eh? You get attached to them and then they disappear, something happens to them, eh? Yeah, so I try not to get attached that much. I choose feeding the deer, and if people want to come and see them, you know, I'm glad that they do it, and as long as they appreciate it, eh? And it teaches the kids and that, you know, about animals and be kind to animals and that. There's too many animals, you know, people are mean and cruel to animals, eh, nowadays. And I don't like that, but what are you going to do, eh? We all got to live on this earth together, you know, man and animals, so why not be kind to the animals, eh? And I know so many people enjoy it, and I enjoy what I do. Well, I'm retired now, so that's all I basically do. Feed the deer and, you know, get food for them or whatever, eh?
Kids get to see Mother Nature at its finest. They're beautiful. But I really don't think the Mission Island, in my mind, is an appropriate location for a wild animal to kind of be contained and fed. I don't see that as saving the population or enhancing their safety. You're bringing them into a complete residential urban setting across our whole road network. Yeah. Picture your granddaughter in the vehicle that hits a deer and dies. That's what I would tell a person. Picture your grandchild or your child in a vehicle that hits a deer and ends up dying because of it. Feeding the wildlife, like I said, it's awesome to see them. They're beautiful. But you're bringing them in out of their natural habitat by attracting them. The easiest form of food they can find. They'll walk in and say, gee, there's a pile of apples right there. Isn't that great? And unfortunately, they're going to get hit by a vehicle. So I would say please respect the fact that by attracting them, as nice as it is to see them and you feel a real emotional connection, I think your emotional connection will be broken if you see the result of an animal getting hit by a vehicle and a person dying as a result as well. That's the other side of it.
Well, I can understand people live in town can complain about it, but you know, I got no neighbors, so nobody here is going to complain about what I'm doing, eh? And I'm far enough away from town, so you know. Well, they told me I get $5,000 fine a day if I get caught feeding deer. And I was on the news and I just told them straight out, I said, I'll still feed the deer. I said, if I get $5,000 fine, I said, it's just less money I got to feed the deer, you know. But nobody ever bothered me about feeding the deer.
So you're not going to stop?
Oh no, no, I'll feed them till the day I die. Hopefully for a long time I plan on living that.